he says things were a lot different under President Obama.
The Obama administration, we just let anybody and everybody that came to the ports of entry, we would take them, we would process them, then we would release them under the catch and release program, which of course was the magnet that caused people to come to the United States and make illegal entries. But this time the president has said, no, if you come to the port of entry, it is the United States government's right to tell you, we can't process you right now, come back tomorrow.
More than 500 homes are under a threat from the rapidly expanding tinder fire in Arizona, which exploded from 500 acres to 8,000 acres in the span of a few hours yesterday. Roads were closed and a shelter was set up near Flagstaff, Arizona, where the Red Cross is there lending a hand.
We can put even 200 people. We have two trailers that are set up for this emergency.
The windy conditions will continue today as firefighters fight those fires. The winds are expected to be over 25 miles an hour. And finally, back on this date, in 1945, holed up in a bunker under his headquarters in Berlin, Adolf Hitler committed suicide by swallowing a cyanide capsule. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
This is Dan.
The thoughts and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program's participants and do not necessarily represent those of station staff, management, and advertisers.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas, and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
It's that time. It's time for Aaron's Hour. Aaron's Hour. 60 minutes of information, inspiration, motivation, and fun. If you're looking to talk politics or religion, this show's not for you. Aaron's Hour. Aaron's Hour. Conversations with the opinion makers, movers and shakers, risk takers, and your phone calls at 702-221-7283. That's 702-221-SAVE. Aaron's Hour. Aaron's Hour. Hosted by longtime Las Vegas broadcaster, author, and motivational speaker Aaron Phillips. In seminars across the country, he's inspired and motivated thousands. Now he's going to inspire and motivate you, and he'll do it with passion, style, and his trademark sense of humor. Now, here is the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to April 30th edition of Aaron's Hour. I am your host, Aaron Phillips, and it is April 30th already. Holy shnikes. Want to give a shout out to my brother, Jay, who's living back on the East Coast. Currently resides in Staten Island. Today is his birthday, so happy birthday to my brother, Jay. And happy birthday to everybody else who's celebrating a birthday today, April 30th. Tomorrow is May Day, May 1st already. Holy shnikes. That means officially summer will start in about 4 weeks, right? Unofficially, it starts Memorial Day weekend, right, Danny?
Yeah, it started 2 weeks ago here.
When it was only 90 degrees here, right? Are you kidding me? So anyway, happy day to everybody. Thank you for tuning in here, whether you're listening to us on audio locally at 1400 AM, KSHP, or whether you're listening live stream through my website, aaronphillipsvoice.com. Right on the homepage, you'll see the logo for K-Shop right there. Click on that. That'll take you to the live audio stream. And all of you, thank you for watching on Facebook Live. I appreciate you checking in. Barry's out there. Good morning, Barry. Glenn is out there. Diana, Amelia Clark is out there. Jill Branson, thank you. Carol, Maria, and let's see, I think that's all. Oh, and Cleo. My dear friend Cleo is out there from, are you ready for this, Danny? Italy.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Cleo Evans is a actress. Hi, Kathy, for popping in. Cleo Evans is an actress out in Italy. She's a sister of someone who I knew through my timeshare days, and her sister, nice. Francesca, is a terrific singer.
Oh,
and
nice.
both of the sisters are. On. I would have to coordinate the time zones and time changes. They are overseas, but great people. And thank you for listening in, Cleo. We appreciate it. And now I could say officially, this show is now international.
International show. People are listening all over the world.
We are international. So I appreciate Cleo checking in with us and everybody out there in Facebook land. Today's show, is going to be properly titled and aptly titled Hodgepodge.
The Hodgepodge.
Yes. Think about the cat who follows the red light, just going all over the place. And I've said this over the last couple of weeks even about the show doing live. I'll go one way, and all of a sudden I'll put the brakes on and go over here.
It happens.
Before coming back. And today's show is going to be a lot like that. Just you know what? It was kind of like thoughts that popped into my head over the weekend. Nothing specific.
Okay.
Nothing urgent.
Sure.
You know, because you know me, I won't talk politics or religion. And I mean, I may give my opinion on something that may be politically based, but I will not say one way or another which way I may support or whatnot, because I just don't want to be labeled anything. But just random thoughts. A lot of things went on nationally this weekend, a lot of things locally. Of course, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the Knights, and they are tied 1-1 against the San Jose Sharks, and they lost a tough one Saturday night in double overtime after having the winning goal reversed because of goaltender interference on the Knights. But still, now it's down to a best of 5.
Right.
You know what? And there's every reason for all of us here to be in the corner of the Knights. There's no reason to still be, you know, just because we lost a tough one. It was the first loss in the playoffs, but it's not like they were blown out, you know. So
right. I hope they show up angry and ready to win.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. There apparently was some questioning about the lines being used in overtime, and some of the, you know, there were too many penalty minutes racked up. Like it was just like the worst penalty minutes for all year.
Yeah.
This was the most, you know. So, look, it's a long grind. You know, you get to the playoffs, you hit a wall a little bit, but thank God it wasn't like the deciding game of the series.
Right. Hopefully it's just a one-game wall.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. One-game wall is a good way to look at it. So I got stuff that's just bouncing around my head. Hey, Radar joined. By the way, thank you, Kathy, for the plug out there on Facebook. Do subscribe to my website, AaronPhillipsVoice.com. Lot of information, but I would love for you to subscribe because I will send you a free copy of my ebook titled How to Be Liked in 5 Minutes and Hone Your Magnetic Personality, free of charge. And who doesn't like free?
I like free.
We all like free, don't we? So log into there. Plus, I have my blog posts on thoughts and things about my experiences with my health transition. By the way, the magic number now is 114.
114.
Yes, I'm down 114 pounds. I'm weighing in at 225. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. 30. The jeans I have on are 36 waist.
Wow.
36 waist. So I'm rocking it. I feel good. Again, if you subscribe, you'll read my blogs about some of the things. Also, I want to come out if you have a business or you want to meet one-on-one, and if you're interested in just learning more, the things I learned while going through my health transition are things that you can apply to any aspect of your life. It doesn't just have to be health related, although that's where I learned my lessons, but they can be applied to any part of your life. So if you are interested, if you have a business, you want to just talk one-on-one, I can speak to crowds of 5 people. I can speak to crowds of 5,000 people. It doesn't matter. Just hit me up through my website, AaronPhillipsVoice.com, and send me a message through there. My video's on there when I was interviewed back in February as to what kind of got me started this way. Anyway, so let's get into my first topic. You know, it was funny. You know, the big weekend, everybody anticipated it starting last Thursday, Danny, and that was the NFL draft.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The NFL draft, lasts now 7 rounds over 4 days.
And it's like a big deal. I'm not a big football guy, but I noticed that, like, it's on networks.
Right.
And it's carried, like, it's round-the-clock coverage.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. It's crazy. And you know, now they move it. It used to be held in Rockefeller Center back in New York for years.
Yeah.
And then they decided a few years ago, maybe we'll just move it around. So I think last year was in Chicago. This year, of course, it was in Arlington at the stadium, no less, of the Cowboys. I think I want to say it's going back to, it was Philadelphia last year, not Chicago. It was Philadelphia last year. I think Philadelphia next year. They're moving it around. But I think what's intriguing is how they've made it more now, like everything is entertainment. You go beyond the first round, which is the one that Roger Goodell goes up to the podium and makes the announcements.
Yeah.
But then rounds 2 through the end, you know, you've got, I think round 2, they pepper it with representatives like legends of teams to come out. Like for the Cowboys, they had Staubach and Aikman and Jason Witten, who, by the way, officially is going to retire to join the Monday Night booth.
Wow.
As the one of the commentators for the football. But I'm just trying to think now. The one that was really, really emotional, Ryan Shazier from the Steelers, who of course last year when he got injured, he basically was paralyzed.
Yeah.
But his story of healing is more than inspirational, to say the least. And he walked out on the stage to announce the Pittsburgh Steelers pick. which was a great moment for him as well. But it's just interesting how this meeting of draft picks has just become entertainment.
Sure. Yeah.
Because then they go now to the team's sites as the rounds get later on with the names that people are not familiar with. Of course, the final pick of the draft is called Mr. Irrelevant.
Right.
260th or whatever number it is. But he was actually wide receiver, I think, selected out of Stanford, I want to say. But it's just interesting how the draft now has become such a show.
Yeah, isn't there like the Cowboys are doing like a reality show based around it, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing something with their draftees and supporting it. I mean, on ESPN, they did this thing with Russell Wilson, QB to RB, quarterback to running back, just sit down there. I of course, caught the one with Saquon Barkley, my guy from Penn State. And when it was funny, I was on my way home from CrossFit on Thursday, and I had it on my car, my radio, and listening to the draft. And the Browns were still on the clock. Everybody knew they were taking Baker Mayfield. Why they took all of the 10-minute time that they had allotted, basically. They took 8 of the 10 minutes before they made the announcement. And then my Giants were up number 2, and I've been saying all along that the Giants need to take the running back. They need to take Barkley. No quarterback. Don't trade it. Don't do anything. Right. And as I'm sitting in my car, it's like, well, why aren't the Giants just going out there and making the pick announcement? Right. And so I think 2 or 3 minutes in, they finally came out and made the announcement that they were taking Barkley. I screamed so loud in my car. I don't know how anybody around me didn't hear me.
What happens if they use up the whole 10 minutes?
Then they lose their pick.
They lose their pick. Oh, so there's some serious stakes.
The Minnesota Vikings, I don't remember what year it was, but this is when teams had 15 minutes to select. And I want to say it was in the late 90s when they did this. But they used up the entire 15-minute time allotment to make their pick. They forfeit the pick.
Oh. No.
How do you let that happen?
Right.
Somebody's
losing their job over
exactly. And I think it was under Dennis Green, I think was the head coach. Wow. May he rest in peace. He just passed away recently. But, yeah, you forfeit your pick if you don't make it in time.
Oh, my
Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. But, anyway, so the draft went on, and there's one pick I want to talk about that was really, really cool, and I'll talk about that on the other side because if you talk about motivation, determination, inspiration, and the like, this pick that was made by the Seattle Seahawks to reunite two brothers is really awe-inspiring, and I'll talk about that on the other side of the break. You're listening to Aaron's Hour right here in KSHP 1400 AM. I am Aaron Phillips. My man Danny's on the board making me sound good. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Do you wake up every day with little aches and pains? Or worse yet, were you injured in a car accident? Were you injured just getting out of bed? If you said yes to any of the above, then you need to call Doctors Danielle Buda and Jody Altman from the Centennial Wellness Center. Located in the Northwest Centennial Hills area, Dr. Buda and Dr. Altman make sure that every treatment provided is tailored to your specific aches and pains. The entire staff is dedicated to making sure that the finest chiropractic care is given to each and every patient. Call 702-458-2225 to schedule your free consultation. Centennial Wellness Center, 702-458-2225.
Have you recently looked outside your home at your landscaping and thought, it's almost that time of year to start cleaning up? But then reality hits you and you realize that you just don't have the time you want to work on it. Thankfully, there's a solution. Martinez Lawn Service is ready to help. Serving the Las Vegas Valley for over 15 years, Martinez Lawn Service can help you design, build, and maintain your functional landscape. From simple yard cleanup, trimming, and sprinkler repair to designing desert and water-smart landscapes for you to enjoy and entertain guests. So what are you waiting for? Visit them on their website at martinez-lawn-service.com or call them in their office today at 702-373-0643 for a free estimate to see your vision come to life. Call 702-373-0643. Martinez Lawn Service, over 15 years of service and experience. Call today, 702-373-0643.
Have you ever wondered what it would take to be healthy from head to toe? Not just on the outside, but inside as well. Glenn Alex, author of the highly recognized book, Living in Total Health, will guide you to becoming totally healthy. Glenn is a health coach, licensed clinical social worker, public speaker, educator, and humanitarian who has set the standard with her 25 years of experience in the health and wellness industry. Glenn addresses the whole person to achieve optimal health. Glenn's book, Living in Total Health, is not a how-to, but a why-to for a healthy life. Purchase her book through her website, livingintotalhealth.com, for an autographed copy. Or you can get a copy on Amazon, or an ebook version at smashwords.com. Those with a high level of health do not intentionally harm oneself or others. Make the world a better place and start living in total health. Visit livingintotalhealth.com today.
Welcome back. Welcome back. What a great show that was. Welcome back, Cotter.
I watched it a little bit. When
Did you?
Yeah.
I was going to say, was it on when you were growing up?
No, but my dad watched all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
My dad loved it. TV Land too.
TV Land, yeah, they replay a lot of that. But yeah, Welcome Back, Cotter was a great show. I love that. Gabe Kaplan.
Yeah, he's a poker player.
That's right.
He plays professionally.
Yeah. Marcia Strassman played Mrs. Cotter.
That's right.
Of course, was the big launch for John Travolta. Vinny Barbarino, right?
And
Epstein.
Horshack, right?
Horshack, Ron Palillo. Yeah, absolutely. Boy, I wish I could remember things that are more pertinent to today that I do rather than a show 40 years ago. I can remember that stuff like it was nothing. And my wife yells at me all the time. But, what are you going to do? All right, so let me go back to the draft because if you haven't been following it, and I don't want to make this overly over the top, but there were twin brothers, the Griffins, that played ball for UCF, University of Central Florida, Division I school, and did very well for themselves this past year. Well, one of the brothers ended up with a birth defect that at the age of 4, I believe it was, he had to have his left hand amputated.
Okay.
So his family and his own desires, he wanted to be normal. And his parents, who I tip my cap to, and I'm sure you can find the story out there if you just Google his name, Shaquem Griffin, Shaquem Griffin. Basically, he and his brother were star linebackers for UCF. He ran the fastest 40-yard dash for linebackers at a 4.38 at this year's draft combine in Indianapolis. And his brother was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks in, I want to say, like the 3rd round. And everybody, the heart story was Shaquem as to whether he was going to be drafted at all. And in the 5th round, got drafted by the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
And the two brothers now will be able to continue to play together as they did in college. Again, assuming that he doesn't get cut before the regular season, because now what they're talking about is definitely to have him on special teams. But unfortunately, with some of the changes the NFL is making with kickoffs and stuff like that, special teams are not going to necessarily be as important as they were previously. But the fact that this young man was undeterred by anything, you talk about inspiration and motivation and the desire to really just be normal.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy bench presses a couple 100 pounds.
Yeah.
He obviously has a special device for his left arm to be set on the bar. But here's a guy who knew what his goal was and knew what his dream was and knew what his desires were. And you know what, Danny? Nothing held him back.
Yeah. It's pretty inspirational. I'm reading that his 40-yard dash time was 4.38.
Right. And at the time when he ran it, I don't know how many linebackers went before him, but at the time when he ran that, he posted the fastest time for linebackers.
That's what it says, yeah.
So at a 4.38, now I want to put that in perspective, and this is going to maybe make you laugh or some of our listeners. When I played football in high school, so I mean I'm 53, so we're talking 35, 36, almost 40 years ago. As a tight end, which was my position in defensive lineman, I ran the 40. You ready for this? 4.4.
Wow.
Now, that, of course, that was a younger body,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do that now. I think if I ran the 40, you'd have to time it with the sundial. But 4.38, that's great, and I hope he sticks because it's a great story. But, folks, I want to encourage you, if you're facing anything in life that you look at in the mirror and say, woe is me, I can't do this or whatever, and you want to see the story of a young man who basically had his dream come true, in terms of what he wanted to achieve and did not allow anything to stop him. This is a story you want to read.
Absolutely. He does 20 reps at 225 pounds. That is with the prosthetic on his left arm.
Right.
That's his bench press. 74 tackles, 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception last year.
Think about that.
With one arm.
An interception with basically one hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Odell Beckham Jr. does one-hand catches, and everybody goes, wow. This kid has an interception and can catch the ball, and everybody's like awe-inspired.
Yeah.
It's crazy if you think about that. Hey, Jeremiah, thank you for tuning in. The Voice. John Lindquist is listening on the radio.
John.
Thank you, John, as always. He voiced my intro. Thank you, John. Julie, Carla, Peter, all the way from the East Coast, my cousin. Amanda, thank you. Tiffany Cooper, thank you. Jay Angle from Florida, thank you. Shawnee from right here in Las Vegas, thank you very much for watching and tuning in via Facebook. As always, the show will be available on podcast through my website. But anyway, so getting back to Shea, so I'm really happy that this young man got selected and drafted by the Seattle Seahawks, and a chance for the brothers to continue playing along is a tremendous opportunity. A tremendous story. Now, totally switching gears. This weekend, did you know, this is like one, I should have one of those, da-na-na, da-na-na. Did you know that the Daytime Emmy Awards were this weekend?
I had no idea.
Neither did I, till I saw it pop up on the news feed today.
Wow.
Usually the nighttime Emmys get all the press, but the Daytime Emmys was this weekend.
Oh, interesting. Any notable victories? Or
Yes, and you know, I remember growing up, for me, General Hospital was the big thing. Right? General Hospital with the big wedding and everything else, but now I couldn't tell you who's what on what soap opera and who's still around and who's not. But so I'm going to, and you could listen, you can go on to, I'm going to give them a poke here, eonline.com. They have everybody listed there. But I just want to scan through a couple which are quite interesting. I lost my first one. Where did it go? Where is it? I want to give kudos to this one gentleman who I love watching on, for those of you who watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? Do you ever catch that show?
Love that show.
Love that show, right? Wayne Brady's on there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and now
for Let's Make a Deal.
Yes. So here was your nominees for outstanding game show host. Okay. Steve Harvey for Family Feud.
Like that
which,
show.
Which, given the fact that he made that major slip up during the beauty pageant last year, he has gone past that.
He's funny on that show.
He is.
He's really.
He's
funny.
very good.
He's no Richard Dawson, but
no,
funny.
he's not. And thank God there will be no other Richard Dawsons other than the original. Alex Trebek from Jeopardy.
Okay.
Now, of course, he had to miss some time earlier this year because he had either had a heart problem or had some issues in the hospital for a while.
Okay.
But he's been on that show a long time. I'm trying to think. God, I could see his face and the show, but the name of the original host that hosted Jeopardy when I was growing up, Don Pardo was the voiceover. That was the announcer. But I can't think of the guy who. I'll get it during the break. Of course, Wayne Brady for Let's Make a Deal. Pat Sajak.
Wow.
Okay. And Chris Harrison, who's a host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Okay.
That was the category. And Wayne Brady won for Let's Make a Deal.
Sure.
I'm really happy for him.
Yes.
He's really funny. If you haven't ever caught him on Whose Line Is It Anyway, I know the regular show is on hiatus right now, but you can always catch it on, what channel is it? On my DirecTV, it's channel 338. But in the evening, they replay the reruns.
It used to be on Comedy Central all the time.
Yeah, it's not on Comedy Central. I want to say Up.
Is it
maybe
Up?
the Up channel?
Is that the old ABC Family? Is that the one?
Yeah, well, that's what Up is now.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, but it's channel 338 for those on DirecTV because that's what I have.
Oh, the old episodes are great with Colin Mockery and
Ryan Stiles.
Yeah,
they're still on it, of course, even on the newer edition, but they are funny as heck. Okay, outstanding informative talk show host. Okay. We had Kit Hoover from Access Hollywood Live. Oh, Kit Hoover and Natalie Morales, hosts of Access Hollywood Live.
Okay.
Kelly Pickler, Ben Aaron, hosts of Pickler and Ben. Okay. Steve Harvey, host of the Steve Harvey Show. Dr. Oz, host of the Dr. Oz Show. And Larry King, host of the Larry King Show.
Okay. Didn't know that a lot of those shows were on.
Didn't know either, but guess who won?
I see it.
Oh, you see it. Okay.
Dr. Oz.
No, Steve Harvey won.
Oh, it's outstanding talk show informative. CNN's got it wrong.
CNN's got it wrong?
What?
Does that surprise you? Fake news right at its best. Right there.
I got to get out of here.
Go on to eNews, eonline.com. Now, of course, maybe eNews could be wrong. And it is Steve Harvey. He was, again, he announced the wrong winner at the pageant. But according to eNews, they've got Steve Harvey listed there. So, all right.
Interesting.
Here's another one that I thought was quite interesting as soon as I can find it, because, of course, these lists are never in an order that you want them to be. Where'd it go? Live, the ladies. The one with Sarah Gilbert and the one that's always in the news.
Oh, yeah, it's not is it the Talk?
The Talk.
The Talk?
I
Is
think
that
they
it? Or
won.
The Chew? I can't remember. That's the food one.
That's the food one. I believe they won. Here's one. Outstanding Children's Animated Series. Okay. SpongeBob SquarePants, Lost in Oz, Mr. Peabody and Sherman Show, Troll Hunters, and Wild Kratts.
I only know of SpongeBob.
And SpongeBob was the winner.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. It's like the best cartoon. It's so much fun.
It is. It is. I remember my kids were even growing up on that 25 years ago.
It reminds me of, I grew up on Ren and Stimpy. And
yes.
It's like a little bit watered down, because Ren
so
and
to
Stimpy
speak,
was
down.
really edgy.
Right.
But yeah, it reminds me a bit of Ren and Stimpy.
Absolutely. Outstanding Game Show. Here's your nominees.
I'm not looking at these.
Family Feud, Jeopardy, Let's Make a Deal, The Price is Right, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I'm gonna say The Price is Right.
You got it.
Yeah, that's old school.
But here's what this right now is just like the Oscars to me, because who did we announce as the best game show host?
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady of Let's Make a Deal. How does the guy who wins the best host, how does that show not win for Outstanding Game Show?
I don't know.
It's kind of like the Oscars to me. Yeah. Okay? You get the best picture,
right?
But then you get the actor or actress
director is different,
from a whole different movie. Right. How does that happen?
I wonder what they used,
what the criteria was,
right? Yeah.
Crazy. So that stuff like that just kind of boggles my mind. If you want to chime in on any of this, please give me a call, 702-221-SAVE. That's 221-7283, or post a message on the Facebook live stream and I'll get to it. Outstanding Courtroom.
Okay,
drama.
So I don't watch any of these.
I don't either, but when I was laid up 4 years ago with my cellulitis attack, they didn't have cable in the place I was at, in the rehab center. So I was stuck watching most of the local channels. Let me tell you this. By the time I got out of rehab, I could have been an attorney, because all they had on during the day were all these shows. So Couples Courts with the Cutlers, never heard that one. Divorce Court, Judge Judy, Judge Mathis, Justice with Judge Ableon, and, of course, the People's Court.
Not Judge Wapner People's Court, though. He's long gone.
Oh, he's long gone. He's passed, but it is the same premise.
Okay.
It's a woman now who actually used to be here in Vegas, who now heads the People's Court TV show.
Okay.
I'd have to pull it up to see who it is. But who do you think won that one?
I'm going to say Judge Judy, just based on the track record.
You would think.
Yeah.
Judge Mathis.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I caught him when I was in rehab 4.5 years ago.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, in a lot of ways, he makes Judge Judy, which is very hard to do, look like a kindergarten teacher.
Really?
And Judge Judy's great. I love watching her too. But it is crazy. I just wanted to highlight some of those. I mean, if you're interested in seeing more and learning more about all the winners, go to E! Online News, or you don't go to CNN. We're not sure about the winner.
Yeah, what's going on, CNN?
We're not sure about that information, but it is. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, when Wayne Brady originally did Let's Make a Deal, it was here in Vegas at the Tropicana.
Yes,
I went.
right.
I did 4 TV show tapings of it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You were in the audience?
We went. They did 2 in a day, and we went once, and then we went back another time. Didn't get picked for any of it, but it was fun to watch.
Did you go dressed?
Yeah, we went dressed. My wife was what did she go as? I went as a hillbilly. So I had like a mullet wig, and I had suspenders, and I forgot what my wife went as. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's funny.
It was fun.
That's good stuff. Did you tape? Did you see yourself on TV?
Yeah, I saw myself on TV a few times.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't get picked for anything, but it was fun to watch because they do it in live time. So they even though it's taped, they time it out with commercials and everything.
Correct.
Yeah,
so they make the what is that, traffic or the clock, whatever it is. Yeah, that is pretty cool to see. But now I guess they do it out of California now.
Yep, they moved.
Yeah, they're not at the Trop anymore.
It was fun.
But, yeah, Brady, I love Brady. He's funny as all get out on,
really
on
good.
Whose Line Is It Anyway.
Really nice with the audience in between the breaks.
Right.
Go and talk with everybody.
Well, that's cool.
Real cool. Yeah.
That's good. So he's not opposite of what people make him out to be, or what you see him on TV.
Man of the people.
Yes, he is.
Well, he was that day. So.
All right, we're going to step aside for our next break. You're listening to Aaron's Hour right here on KSHP 1400 AM or on the internet, AaronPhillipsVoice.com. Live streaming. Hi, Wendy. Hey, Mr. Buddha. Good to see you out there, guys. Thank you for staying tuned. We'll be back with more right after this.
Do you know someone who's been recently injured in a vehicle accident, by a product defect, slip and fall, or know a family member who's lost a loved one by wrongful death? If so, you'll need an experienced attorney to handle your case. Call Bradley Belisario at Belisario Law today to schedule a free consultation to review your case. Bradley provides specialized service by getting to know his clients on a personal level. In most cases, no fees are due until you win, In the case of a lawsuit, client may be responsible for opposing parties' attorney fees. Bradley Belisario has 2 convenient locations, with one in North Las Vegas and the other in Summerlin. Call today for your free consultation at 702-936-4800. That's 702-936-4800. Or visit us on the web at belisariolaw.com. Hurt badly? Call Bradley.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm a crack that's been forming in your water pipe for months. I'm so tiny, I feel like nobody even knows I'm here. And that upsets me. So I'm gonna grow bigger, stronger, until finally... Oh man, did that feel good. You can't escape me now, because while you're out of town, I'll be turning your home into my own personal above-ground pool. And if you got sold the wrong home insurance, you might get swamped by cleanup costs. So get Allstate and protect your home and everything in it from mayhem. Like me.
For a free quote, call Las Vegas Allstate agent Sam Peters at 702-360-8564 today. That's Las Vegas Allstate agent Sam Peters at 702-360-8564. Subject to terms, conditions, availability, and coverage selected.
Are you in good hands?
Have you ever wondered what it would take to be healthy from head to toe? Not just on the outside, but inside as well? Glenn Alex, author of the highly recognized book, Living in Total Health, will guide you to becoming totally healthy. Glenn is a health coach, licensed clinical social worker, public speaker, educator, and humanitarian who has set the standard with her 25 years of experience in the health and wellness industry. Glenn addresses the whole person to achieve optimal health. Glenn's book, Living in Total Health, is not a how-to, but a why-to for a healthy life. Purchase her book through her website, livingintotalhealth.com, for an autographed copy. Or you can get a copy on Amazon, or an ebook version at smashwords.com. Those with a high level of health do not intentionally harm oneself or others. Make the world a better place and start living in total health. Visit livingintotalhealth.com today.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Aaron Phillips Hour here on KSHB 1400 AM. Thank you for tuning in and making me part of your day wherever you're listening, whether it's Italy, whether it's New Jersey, whether it's Florida, or right here in Vegas. I appreciate you taking time to be with me. All right, so we talked a little bit about the daytime Emmys. I found an article last week that I found interesting, and this is going to, for the dog lovers in the world, even if you love dogs, whether you have one or not, it doesn't matter, because I found this article quite interesting. Like everybody else, Danny, everybody does lists.
Yeah.
Right?
We love lists.
We love lists. Well, the American Kennel Club, who you can check out at akc.org, it's a free plug for them since I'm using their website, they came out with a list last week of the most popular dog breeds, and this is the full ranking list, and they show the comparisons from 2013 to 2017. Yeah. Obviously, 2018 they can't do anything with. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom of the list to tell you who the 190th.
Oh, boy.
This is how far this list goes, okay? The 190th most popular dog is the Norwegian Lundehunds.
Yep, I'm looking them up right now.
I have never heard of that breed of dog.
It's cool. You can click on the dog, and it'll show you pictures.
Yes. Oh, okay. See, now when you see the picture, you could say, oh, I recognize that
Looks like
dog.
a little fox, though.
Yeah, it does. Has the ears of the fox,
Sure.
the high-pointed ears, and a little bit of the nuzzle. But it's part of the non-sporting group. I guess that means it's a house dog, I guess.
I get why it's last. It doesn't look like much of a dog.
No, 10 to 13 pounds and whatnot. But I wanted to go through, and I'm trying to find it now. I have too many short-haired dachshunds.
Okay.
And I don't think this list really separated the difference of short-haired or long-haired dachshunds,
Right.
but
I prefer short.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But let me tell you, they still shed a lot of hair.
Do they?
Oh, I have two, and overnight we kennel them, and just from the dust that settles when we move the kennels around to clean, I can build another dog. Okay? But they're great, though. They're funny, and I'm not sure, to be honest. I thought mine were both purebreds. One of them probably is. The other one I adopted, and I think has a mix because this one can jump like there's no tomorrow.
Really? That's unusual for those.
Right. That's why I don't
dogs.
think it's a purebred. But here, I'm just going to name some out as I work my way up. The Norfolk Terrier is 128th on the list.
Okay.
let's see, the Spaniels. Cocker Spaniels are very popular, you would think, right?
Had one growing up.
133.
Wow.
133rd on the list. But here's the thing with a lot, and dachshunds are common. They're mixing them with pinchers,
right?
Doxy Pinch and others, and so a lot of the purebreds, I think over time, Danny, I think are going to probably go away.
Oh, that's too bad.
You know, I mean, listen, there's a lot of breed and a lot of tree life in terms of longevity and where they come from. Fox Terriers, 99th on the list.
Wow.
Rat Terriers, 97th on the list.
Okay.
English Setters, 95. But I want to work my way up. The Standard Schnauzer.
Okay. Love that dog.
Number 90.
Okay.
Yeah, number 90 on the list. Shepherd Dogs, 86. So if I haven't mentioned your dog and you're curious to see where it is on the list, like I said, just go to the akc.org list, a website, and you will see where they are. I'm going to work my way up to the top, but I'm hoping I pass Dachshunds because I was surprised that they were as far down the list. English Cocker Spaniels, 52nd. Papillons.
Okay.
I saw Papillon for the first time this weekend, is number 53 on the list. Okay. There was a mixed Papillon that was there. But it's just amazing that there's 200 different dog breeds minimally that have made this list. Bloodhounds, number 50.
They don't talk about the crossbreeding, like what I have a pug and a beagle mix, a puggle.
Right.
I think those are becoming really popular. They don't think they make this list. I haven't seen too many of those.
Right.
But I think people you find there's good traits and bad traits about dogs, and now we're able to take the good traits of two dogs with two different good traits and mix them together, and you get because the pug and the beagle combined, that's a great mix.
Yeah,
it's just a great family dog.
Absolutely. Collies, the old Lassie dog.
Yeah,
number 40 on the Basset Hounds, the ones that can howl to you cry.
Yeah.
Number 39 on the list. So I mean, it's a great list. And I'm going to go to the top here. We'll do the top three.
Okay.
Great Danes, by the way, was very high on the list.
Yeah.
I just passed it. Dachshunds, number 13.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was a little lower, but Doxy's at 13.
Good, strong
Not
finish.
bad. Great Danes were number 14.
Wow.
Boxers, number 11 on the list.
Yeah.
You're talking some big dogs here between Great Danes and Boxers and Rottweilers, number 8 on the list. Poodles, number 7. Beagles, number 6.
Good.
Bulldogs, 5 on the list. French Bulldogs, number 4.
That's
okay,
crazy.
So now we're going to do the top 3. All right. So there's you have the list in front of you.
Yeah.
If you have a golden retriever, that's the yellow one, the yellow fur. That's number 3 on the list. German Shepherds, a standard dog that is beautiful when it's full grown. Okay. Number 2 on the list and number 1 on the list. Do we have a drum roll?
I don't have.
Okay, I should have gotten you. That just came to my head. The standard Labrador Retriever, number 1 on the list. So the top 3, big dogs.
Yeah, it's very retrievers and Labradors and golden retrievers. That's very Americana.
Yes,
the kind of your idea of like an American family
with
dog.
the white picket fence and everything.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
All 3 great breeds, and if you look, they've been in that same ranking since 2013. It hasn't changed.
Correct. Yeah. So the top 5 years, they, like you just said, the rankings have not changed. The French Bulldog from 2013 was number 11 and moved up to 4th, which is quite interesting.
Become a very popular breed and expensive breed.
Yeah,
those things
they certainly are. Anyway, I just found that article interesting. I did post it, or I will post it when I can on my Facebook page. But in the meantime, you can go to akc.org and you can check that list out if you'd like. Kathy has a German Shepherd and Maltese Chihuahua mix.
Really?
What do they call that?
Oh my God. How'd that happen?
A German Chow Chow? I don't know. Holy cow. John Mal, thank you for listening. Paris, thank you. Steve, Hope, Wendy's out there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in via Facebook. We appreciate it. So you can check that article out. All right, now that, this weekend, again, just changing course now. We'll follow the red light. This weekend, I live up near Desert Shores, which is up in Summerlin area, the north side of the Summerlin part of town. And you have 2 different dogs. I'm sorry, Kathy. I thought you mated them the way you had it listed there. I'm sorry. Emil, thank you for joining us. So every twice a year, Desert Shores has a community yard sale. Okay. And I think everybody gets enamored with the concepts of the Pawn Stars show and the antiquing show. Oh, what kind of jewel are we going to be able to find at somebody else's house that's going to make me $1 million, by pawning it? But what is it about yard sales in general that just draw people out.
I love them.
You know, I mean,
love
do you go
going.
with a purpose or do you go out of curiosity?
No, we just go $20 and let's see what we can pick up.
For $20?
We do that,
That's your shopping limit?
Yeah, we'll just, depends.
Yeah,
But
of course.
We'll just, I'll have $20 in cash and I'll go, let's just go garage sailing.
Because people will sell their stuff for like 50 cents or $1. I mean, you can buy a lot for $20.
Yeah.
We went with a purpose, though.
Yeah, well, I'll sometimes go looking like, hey, we need some kitchens. Like, I want some kitchen gadgets.
Right.
Let's go look for some kitchen gadgets.
We would call those tchotchkes.
Yeah.
But we went with a purpose. You know, with my wife and I, we want to buy bikes to ride in our community. So I bought one, I don't know, about a week and a half ago off of Facebook, off of their sales there. I bought a bike for like $80.
Yeah.
Normally a $300 bike.
Right.
It was about a year or two old, past the break-in period. So my wife, she wants to get one of those beach cruisers.
Oh, yeah, that's what my wife likes to ride.
So everybody's got the 26-inch frame for sale.
Right.
My wife doesn't even tip the scales at 5 feet, folks.
Right.
She's 4'11 3/4. Okay. She would need a step stool to get on the 26-inch frame. And by the way, what people don't know is how to measure a frame.
Right.
Do you know how to properly see what size a frame is?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm one of those people.
All right. So here's a piece of information. Again, Trivial Pursuit style information tucked in the back of my brain. Okay. And I learned this because way back in my days in Jersey, the Sports Authority was opening up a store. And we know, everybody knows the Sports Authority, although I think we do, although I think they closed up shop here in Vegas now. But so I helped open up a store, and I was in the bike and sporting goods section. So here's how you properly measure a frame. The top of the seat post, okay?
The post, okay.
The post, not the seat itself.
Right.
You can take the seat out of there because the seat is academic.
Right.
Because it's the physical frame, okay?
Gotcha.
From the top of the post, the neck, then you take the pedals, and you get one all as far down as it can go.
Okay.
Okay? And you measure the distance from the top of that seat post down to that bottom pedal when it's down flush. That's typically the height of your frame.
Gotcha.
Now, the 26-inch you read, or 29 or 24, here's a little surprise for everybody out there. It's the size of the tire diameter.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And I learned that. I was out shopping for umbrellas or patio covers. You know when you see the 9-foot umbrella posting? It's not the circumference of the umbrella. It's the size of the post from ground to the top.
Okay, all right.
So a lot of these places don't post, per se, the actual diameter of the umbrella, which is driving my wife and I crazy, okay? But anyway, getting back to the bike. So that's how you properly measure the frame size for somebody, okay? So my wife needs a 24-inch bike or less, not a girl's bike like under 20. She needs a 24. Everybody's selling 26.
Right.
So we went around, particularly in Desert Shores, to see if somebody's selling a bike, you know, a estate sale or whatever. Nobody had a bike. Nobody had a bike. This year's theme seemed to be kids' clothes, babies' clothes, car seats, and all that stuff.
Right.
But I got to give this. We went to this one house, and I'll end with this before we go to our last break. Okay, my wife. You see the stuff she has on the patio, on the driveway. Okay, but she walked into the actual garage. This lady is a super couponer.
Wow.
We went shopping there for dry goods.
Sure.
We bought a bottle of dish detergent. We bought markers. We bought garbage bags. We bought tissues, you know, just like you would find in a store. But she coupons them and buys them at a reduced rate, and then she houses them in her house. And then for yard sales, or she actually posts on Facebook as well on the for sale section.
Good idea.
And she sells these hard goods for reduced rates.
Wow.
Unbelievable. That's the biggest surprise I found at the yard sales this weekend. Because that's all we bought anyway.
Okay.
So it was crazy. Just one of those
Yard sales are fun.
things. They are. They can be. If you know, whether you're going out just to kill some time or you have a purpose. Hey, Sergio, thanks for joining us. I see you out there.
We have a host here at the shopping show. I won't say her name.
Okay.
She's probably listening now. She will, at garage sales, will sell half-used bottles of lotion and shampoos that she doesn't finish, and they all get bought.
Oh, my goodness.
She's never had one left over. Like half bottles of perfume, body sprays, and they go like crazy. She doesn't sell them for a crazy amount, but they sell. Who's buying that?
That is funny. You know, I guess you'd be surprised. I mean, people just, you know, if they like an aroma, they like a smell. But that's funny. Half used. Is it somebody I know?
Yeah.
Is that person floating around the studio now?
Not at the moment.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'll tell you on the break.
Okay, no worries. I was just curious. Curiosity killed the cat.
I don't care. It's Brady. That's fine. I'll put her out. Yeah, she sells. half bottles of like
Really?
perfume and lotion, and they sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Magazines. She sells used magazines. Like her subscriptions to like Home and Garden, she just puts them out there for like a nickel and they sell.
Oh, I'm sure. Listen, I stopped at one place. Somebody was selling their old Playboys.
Yeah.
I'm sure they bought them for the articles.
Sure, of course.
But they had old editions, so people will sell anything to make a buck, which is good. That's what free enterprise is about. Anyway, they can be fun. Anyway, all right, let's go to our last break. We come back on the other side. I have a word of the day that I want to talk about, and it's a word that we hear sort of mistakenly used for fun on a Snickers commercial. I'll leave you with that. We'll be back with more right after this.
Do you wake up every day with little aches and pains? Or worse yet, were you injured in a car accident? Were you injured just getting out of bed? If you said yes to any of the above, then you need to call Doctors Danielle Buda and Jody Altman from the Centennial Wellness Center. Located in the Northwest Centennial Hills area, Dr. Buda and Dr. Altman make sure that every treatment provided is tailored to your specific aches and pains. The entire staff is dedicated to making sure that the finest chiropractic care is given to each and every patient. Call 702-458-2225 to schedule your free consultation. Centennial Wellness Center, 702-458-2225.
Have you recently looked outside your home at your landscaping and thought, it's almost that time of year to start cleaning up? But then reality hits you and you realize that you just don't have the time you want to work on it. Thankfully, there's a solution. Martinez Lawn Service is ready to help. Serving the Las Vegas Valley for over 15 years, Martinez Lawn Service can help you design, build, and maintain your functional landscape. From simple yard cleanup, trimming, and sprinkler repair to designing desert and water-smart landscapes for you to enjoy and entertain guests. So what are you waiting for? Visit them on their website at martinez-lawn-service.com or call them in their office today at 702-373-0643 for a free estimate to see your vision come to life. Call 702-373-0643. Martinez Lawn Service, over 15 years of service and experience. Call today, 702-373-0643.
Have you ever wondered what it would take to be healthy from head to toe? Not just on the outside, but inside as well? Glenn Alex, author of the highly recognized book, Living in Total Health, will guide you to becoming totally healthy. Glenn is a health coach, licensed clinical social worker, public speaker, educator, and humanitarian who has set the standard with her 25 years of experience in the health and wellness industry. Glenn addresses the whole person to achieve optimal health. Glenn's book, Living in Total Health, is not a how-to, but a why-to for a healthy life. Purchase her book through her website, livingintotalhealth.com, for an autographed copy. Or you can get a copy on Amazon, or an ebook version at smashwords.com. Those with a high level of health do not intentionally harm oneself or others. Make the world a better place and start living in total health. Visit livingintotalhealth.com today.
All right, welcome back. Aaron's Hour, we're wrapping up. By the way, I want to mention, and I want to thank Renee as she was closing up and wrapping up the shopping show before I came on the air. She mentioned that Aaron's Hour is going to be expanding to 2 hours. This is the first. This is a scoop. I'm announcing it, even though I haven't seen it.
For it.
Yeah. Breaking news. This just in. Aaron's Hour expands to 2 hours with the first June Monday show coming up in 2018. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I want to thank everybody for helping make the show popular and all the viewers. And Renee told me a couple of weeks ago, Danny, that some people had even called in while I was on the air and shortly after telling her how much they loved the show. And I want to thank Bill Pollack, the owner of the station, who resides in Chicago. When he was here, he told me he's caught the show a few times and he enjoys it. So that's a great endorsement. I want to say thank you for that. But yes, and thank you, Diane. I appreciate that. Tamara, welcome. Thank you for listening. I saw someone else in there. Where is she? Roxanne, thank you for listening. I want to mention this, and I really, being Jewish, we have a lot of superstitions that we don't want to say things before they actually happen. But with the help of Bill, who put me in touch with another company, Aaron's Hour, or 2 hours coming up in June, could possibly be going coast to coast, Danny.
Wow.
Could you imagine that? I can't.
Amazing.
Aaron Zauer, maybe that's the name of the show. Aaron Zauer, Coast to Coast.
Right.
Take 2 hours,
like it.
go coast to coast. But anyway, I'm pleased, even though we haven't made it formal, but it's a matter of a signature. We'll make Aaron Zauer 2 hours with the first show in June. And then more news to come about expanding the show coast to coast. And I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah.
I've been working towards this for 12 hours. Yeah, 12 years since I started being on radio. I have dreams. You start dreaming big. And I want to, everything I've done on the air or lend my voice to over the last 12 years, I believe has helped me get to this point. With the help of K-Shop, of course, I couldn't have gotten to this point without the help of you and Renee and the folks here at my home station, my station base, or whatever you want to call it, for me to have met Bill, who then put me in touch with these other folks. So exciting things coming up down the line for Aaron Zauer and what I want to do with the future of this show and help touch the lives of many people. Again, I try not to beat a dead horse about my health transition. And, although I try to use the show as a platform to share my story and help motivate others, I want to have more fun than just talking about my health. You can go onto my Facebook page, Aaron Phillips. Aaron Phillips Voice 2018 is my Facebook page. You can see my story. You can go to my website page, Listen Now tab. There's a video there of the interview I did with Glenn Alex on earlier this year in February about my story. But more importantly, if you have a concern about a health issue or you're considering the gastric sleeve surgery, reach out to me, as I would love the opportunity to just chat with you, answer your questions, about anything, any concerns you have post-surgery. Even if you've had the surgery and are going through a tough time, reach out to me. My wife has lost over 90 pounds, 95 pounds, and she and I together meet with folks. I had one of our friends who I met through this opportunity. She had the surgery last week. Another dear friend of mine and his wife had the surgery a month before me. Now he is going to be lining up, Barry is going to be lining up in May for his first appointment with his doctor to start the process. So he's targeting September, October to have his surgery. So I'm humbled by those who seek our support, both for my wife and myself. We want to pay it forward, right? Is that the phrase, right? Pay it forward. Reach out to me. Reach out to me through my website. Reach out to me through my Facebook page, and I'll be happy and love to chat with you. All right. So here, how much time do we have left?
Yeah, about 4 minutes.
Perfect. Okay. So here's a word that's really got a negative connotation, but I'm going to turn it into a positive. And, Danny, I'm sure if you sat down and thought about this over your life, I know I have many of them. There's that word that is talked about on the Snickers commercial about the guy who's getting the tattoo and he gets the word regrets on there by accident. Okay. Funny commercial, by the way. But the word regret, is a word that I think a lot of people use in a lot of different ways in their life. I regret this, I regret that, I regret not speaking to somebody for all these years over something so trivial that I don't remember what it was, or I regret doing this and I regret doing that. And I'm going to share a funny regret story because it's one my wife and I still laugh at to this day. After we got married, we traded in her car for what at the time, the Cavalier Z24 sports car. Okay. Great car. It was a beautiful car, 2-door, it was tremendous. We loved it, okay? But then we started talking about having a family, okay? And having a 2-door sports car when you have a family, little did we know about twins, let alone one, is not the most practical car to really have.
Right.
Okay? So we made the difficult, because my wife loved that car, and I did too. Black, it looked like the Batmobile, which was right up my alley with a nice beige tan interior. We traded it in, and we got a Nissan Sentra, which at the time was a relatively new car, basically was a tin can. Was not as good a car as it is today. Right. I don't want to get Nissan mad at me. So with this car, we traded it in, and we had troubles with the Nissan at the time. And so we started regretting getting rid of the car, okay? That even this day now, it's just become a joke between my wife and I. Let me quickly read the definition. As a noun, the sense of loss, disappointment, dissatisfaction, a feeling of sorrow or remorse for a fault, act, loss, disappointment, etc. I think it's fairly safe to say if we all sit down, we can all sit down and talk about a list of regrets and things we coulda, wouldas, and shouldas. You know what? I learned a long time ago we can't live and move forward with a lot of coulda, wouldas, and shouldas and regrets. They're part of our history. I talked about choices and decisions a couple of weeks ago. You know what? Regrets do come from the choices and decisions we make, especially if we feel a decision is wrong, okay? It's a lot like not making a decision because of fear. We don't want to do something because we're afraid of it, okay? Regrets come from that. Okay? Regrets come from not making the decision. I was talking with somebody last week who's in timeshare sales, and people say, I can't make a decision right now. Well, guess what? You've made the decision to not make a decision, and regrets come from that. Take the regret and find the positive in it. Everything has a positive and negative foundation to it. Find the negative in there. Figure out why you're regretting it, because you know what? You can still turn it around and make it a positive and move forward from that. And that's really my message today. If you regret not getting healthy years ago, don't worry about it. You still have time today to do something about it. If you didn't talk to somebody for years because of one reason or another, pick up the phone, be the bigger person, call them, send them a message. Turn that regret into a positive, and that's really my message today, because we are given an opportunity to make right what we felt could be a wrong. And that's my closing message for today. How's that?
That was good.
Not bad for off the cuff, huh?
Yeah, that was impressive.
I do pretty good at this. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching. All of you on Facebook, God bless you for tuning in today and making me part of your life today. Folks listening on audio, on the radio, thank you for tuning in. A shout out to those who will catch us on podcast, AaronPhillipsVoice.com, the Listen Now tab. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for listening. Next week will be the first May show of Aaron's Hour. Enjoy.
Beneath the blue umbrella sky, then softer than a piper man, one day it called to you, and I lost you to the summer wind. The autumn wind and the winter wind have come and they have gone, and still the days, those lonely days, they go on and on.
It's the Vegas Voice, Tuesday morning at 10 on AM 1400, KSHP North Las Vegas, and KSHP.com.
USA Radio News.
We have many things that we do together, as you know, probably especially on terrorism and terrorism related. We also have a very big